Welcome to today's deep dive. We're on a mission today to take you through some pretty dense scholarly texts on the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata. We're really trying to explore the agonizing friction between dharma, which is righteousness, and adharma.
Yeah, it's a text that it really forces you to examine the extremes of morality. It's not a light read.
Right, definitely not. And I want you to imagine a scenario where following the rules exactly ends up protecting pure evil, because that's really the core contradiction here.
It is. I mean, ancient tradition dictates that ahimsa or nonviolence is the absolute ultimate virtue.
But then the entire narrative of this epic centers on a cataclysmic war commanded by the divine avatar, Krishna.
Exactly. The epic doesn't, it doesn't shy away from challenging that absolute pacifism. Look at the famous, frankly disturbing scene with Queen Draupadi.
Oh, right, where she's publicly assaulted.
Yes, and the revered elders of the court, these great leaders like the patriarch Bhishma, they just sit there completely paralyzed.
Because they are bound by these rigid procedural vows of loyalty to the throne. They do nothing physically to stop it.
Right, which is this profound critique of passive morality. By failing to use force to defend an innocent person, their strict adherence to a vow effectively shields the aggressors.
It makes the pacifist totally complicit in the crimes of the tyrant, which is wild when you think about it.
It essentially rots into adharma when absolute pacifism is just used as an excuse for inaction.
And the texts push this paradox even further when we look at the concept of truth. There's this story, the parable of Kaushika the ascetic.
Oh, the one who took the strict vow to always speak the literal truth.
Yeah, so thieves ask him where some innocent travelers are hiding, and he just points them out, getting the travelers slaughtered.
The philosophical weight there really comes from Lord Krishna's reaction to the event. He actually condemns Kaushika to hell for telling the truth.
Which completely flips our understanding of honesty.
Absolutely. Krishna's point isn't just about the act of lying. It's the realization that if a factual statement causes the slaughter of innocents, that truth is actually a lethal weapon.
Which means the epic is arguing that the ultimate goal of Dharma isn't factual accuracy, it's the preservation of life. The intent behind the words matters more than the rule itself.
It fundamentally redefines truth. But it's one thing to lie to save a few travelers. It's another to take that situational ethics, or avasaka dharma, straight onto a massive battlefield.
That's a great point. How do they justify using deceit on that kind of scale?
It comes down to survival against a tyrannical force. If you play strictly by the rules against an enemy who breaks all of them, the good guys are guaranteed to lose. The commanders they faced were basically invincible in honorable, conventional combat.
So to destroy tyranny, unconventional strategies became an absolute necessity.
Exactly.
Like the incident with the elephant named Ashwatthama. It's essentially the ancient equivalent of a tactical loophole.
It really...
Krishna has King Yudhishthira, who is famously truthful, yell out that Ashwatthama is dead just to mentally break an enemy commander whose son had the exact same name.
Right, finding an elephant with that name just so Yudhishthira isn't technically lying, it's incredibly dark.
But you have to admit, it's a brilliant piece of psychological warfare. You fight asymmetrically because the evil is asymmetrical.
For sure. But the text never sanitizes these deceptive acts. Even though the deception was necessary to win, the epic insists there is always a tragic cost. Karma spares no one.
Right, Yudhishthira literally has to experience a glimpse of hell as a direct punishment for that tactical half-truth. And it doesn't stop there, does it? Even Krishna isn't exempt.
Not at all. Krishna actually accepts a grieving mother's terrifying curse for his role in the slaughter. He allows his own clan to be destroyed and dies a lonely death.
Wow.
Yeah, he personally absorbs the immense karmic fallout of the violence he directed.
So nobody gets away clean.
Exactly. And that brings it back to you, the listener. You navigate competing duties in your own life every day. The epic shows us that true righteousness isn't about mindlessly following a static rulebook.
It requires deep discernment.
Right, and the courage to make messy, difficult choices for the greater good.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. If fighting for justice inevitably leaves you with permanent karmic scars, even when it is entirely justified,
is it ever possible to achieve a truly clean victory?
or is the cost of protecting the innocent always a piece of your own soul?